Let's get some price picks in today, guys. Last night's picks are still loading in. We have the games for tonight with Bam and Jokic here. The other picks are 1 and 3, so not good. But I want to show you what I mean when I say we're getting good value on these picks. Look at this Bam pick and this Jokic pick. That obviously this whole entry is done, but if you were to take these on their own, they're great picks. You could check here now on price picks. If I look up Jokic and I check his rebounds, he's now at 13. So we got a half point extra there. And if we check Bam assist, he is also at 4. So half points are extremely important, guys. You know how many times you lose by half a point. I want to also show you the value when you're using price picks compared to sports books. So if I show you Bam assists here, I don't know how much if you guys play on regular sports books and know what minus 150 means, these American odds lines means. But look, minus 150 to go over basically means it's favored to go over. By how much, you could check with a no-vig calculator. So he's minus 150 and 120 on the under. So essentially what Bet365 is saying is without the edge that they take to steal your money, basically they're projecting Bam to go over 57% of the time. And if you could check on Pinnacle 2, which is known to be an even smarter book than Bet365, he's juiced to minus 158 and 120. So minus 158 and 120. This is why price picks raised our line up to 4 instead of 3.5, because it was too good for us at 3.5. Because when we play 5 and 6 flexes, we just have to be above that 54.5%-ish mark to break even. So when we're getting 3% above that, we're getting a huge edge on price pick. And that's exactly what OddsJuice does. It's just matching player props from sports books and matching them with price picks and seeing which props we could find value on price picks. So like this was a perfect example with Bam, minus 150 juiced. Obviously that's amazing to take on price picks, which is why they boosted him up to 4. So when you pick a prop and you could see that they bumped up points up to 0.5, especially if you're taking the over, that means you know you got a good pick. But anyways, even though this entry missed does not mean it was a bad entry. It just means it didn't go this way. This is why I play a lot of volume. And you can see this one loading in is looking pretty good. 4-0 here. We got Aaron Gordon and Butler to play. And when it's green like this, it means they took Aaron Gordon off the board, which also means it's a great pick. Jimmy Butler's still there. And you're going to see we're going to grab him in today's entry too. So I'll update you guys tomorrow if this entry also hit. So we're going to get that 80 into 2K hopefully. 2 players left. Also, Bam, I got him on this underdog entry here. You could see this one's loading in 350 for 2.1K. So we'll get onto the board finally. Sorry for the long explanation, but it's important to understand how all this stuff even works and how I'm even making money on these apps. So we're going to get into it. MLB and NBA. First pick we're going to go with is Jimmy Butler, which I just explained on the under 6.5 rebounds. And then we're also going to grab Contavious Pope. We're going to grab his over 11.5 PRA. To be honest, that's all we got for NBA. Why? Because I'm just looking for value, and that's the only value on the board here. Obviously, there's Pope's over 7.5, but we're not going to grab that with it. So next picks are going to be in the MLB, and we're going to end it off with 4 of these. So the first one's going to be Dixon on the under 1.5 total bases, followed by Gomber on the over 14.5 pitching out. Next one is going to be Gray on the over 4.5 strikeouts. Josiah Gray, not Sunny, under 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. So you can see here on the OddsJuice dashboard, the best pick is Brandon Dixon under 1.5 total bases at 56% likeliness to hit according to the sports books. So that's the strategy we use here. And next picks are okay, not the best honestly. And the last pick is Tyler Wells. Of course, if Jokic was still at 12.5 rebounds and if Bam was still at 3.5 assists, those would be great picks. But we got on those on yesterday, and the lines move quickly if they are good. So you have to get these. And if you notice, maybe later in the day, these picks are not going to be there because you're too late. So essentially, we're going to lock this one in. So we're going to have to remove one of them. Obviously, we're going to go with Gomber since he's the worst one. We're going to place him with Dylan Cease here under 6 pitcher strikeouts. I don't like to use 2 push lines normally. We're going to go with it and lock this in. Okay, I just realized another problem. I cannot put Dixon again because I use him in a different entry, and Price Picks limits me on 1 entry per person. So I'm going to go, instead of Dixon, I'm going to go Gomber. Dixon's obviously the better play. Is either of them going to hit? We'll have to see tonight.